This is going to be a tutorial on how to create a menu with a video background in Unreal Engine 5. You can also use this tutorial for Unreal Engine 4 as well as any previous versions of Unreal Engine 5. At the time of this video, I'm using Unreal Engine 5.3, and as you can see in the background, it's an animated video rather than a static image, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is drag and drop the video that you're going to use into the content folder of Unreal Engine. I'm going to be using this video right here, but keep in mind that any sound that plays in your video will not play in Unreal Engine by default. You're actually going to have to drag a audio cue into the map that you're going to be using for your main menu. For example, the music that's playing on this video, you'll have to use an audio cue in the map in order for that music to play in the background of your menu. I'll show you how to do that. So first thing you do is you drag and drop the video into your content folder. And the next thing you're going to want to do is go to Media and go to Media Player, create a media player. And it's going to ask you to put a video output media texture asset. Go ahead and click that and press OK. I'm just going to name this Main Menu Media Player. Now you're going to want to select the main menu media player, the one that we just created, and double click the video. And the video will be played right there. That way it'll link it to the media player. Now what you have to keep in mind though is when you're using this link right here, it's always going to link to whatever file path that you selected. So for example, how my media player is from the desktop. If I were to move that video somewhere else, the video will no longer be linked. So keep in mind that wherever the video that you linked it towards in your file folders where it's going to continue to link it from as you're using it inside the Unreal Engine editor. Obviously it'll be packaged with the game once you package it as a full executable, but just keep that in mind. Now what you'll want to do is right click the media player, that video that's been linked. You'll want to hit create material. I'll just call it main menu matte. And then you want to select that material, and what you're going to want to do is take this RGB and connect it with emissive color. And now it'll show right here that's been connected on the material. Now what you're going to want to do next is create a widget in order to display that video for your menu background. It will also be this is where you're going to be creating your main menu. As you can see, I've already created one right here. But in order to do that, you simply click right click, go user interface, go all the way down to widget blueprint, and you select user widget, and it will create a new widget. Once you create that widget, this will be where your menu is. Obviously, I've already created some buttons for my menu. This was just to display some menu I was already creating. But what you'll want to do next is under palette, you're going to search for image. And in that image, you're going to drag and drop it. And you're going to want to resize this entire image to fit your background. A good size that I found for the background is 2300 by 1400. Just make sure that it covers everything, and I just centered it around the canvas. And now in order to display the video, you'll go under brush on image and select the new material that we created. I simply typed video, and there's that main menu material that I created, and it'll display the material right here. Some of you may get a message under here that will talk about changing the material domain. It'll be a red box message. You'll simply select that and agree to changing the material domain, and that'll be fine. It'll work for you right here. Then you'll want to compile and save. Now the final step will be going to the level blueprint. Obviously this was my main menu level that I created for this menu. You go open level blueprint, and then what you're going to want to do is create a variable. You can create a variable. I'm just going to call it video player, and you're going to want to change the variable type into media player. And under media player, you're going to want to select object reference, and then you're going to want to compile. And then under media player, there's going to be a default value, and you're going to want to select the media player that we created earlier in the beginning of the video. Mine was main menu underscore media player. Now you're going to want to compile and save. Now you're going to want to break off from event begin play and type open source. I removed the context sensitive and I put open source right there. And now you're going to want to select the media source, which was the menu background that I created earlier. And then right here, you're going to want to create a widget. And the widget that the class is going to be the main menu widget that we created just recently. You also want to make sure to drag this variable. I forgot to do this real quick, but and get the video player variable, grab it and put it into the target of the open source. And then right here, under create main menu widget, you're going to want to create add to viewport. And this will add the main menu widget to the viewport. Now all we have to do is simply test the map. And as you can see, the menu is playing. Obviously there's no music or sound in the background. There's really two ways of going about doing that. One, you can go into back to the level blueprint, go from the event begin play, type play sound, find play sound 2D, and simply select the asset that you want to play. I found this song on the internet for free on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and select that, compile. There's also another way of going about doing that. You would simply just go on the map itself, create an audio cue from the music that you've dragged and dropped, drop the audio cue down into the menu, into the map, Make sure that on here you have it looping, so the song will continually loop onto the map. And those are essentially two ways of going about creating audio inside your map. Now there is one final step. In order for the player to be able to use the menu with their mouse, you're going to have to add a little bit more code into the level blueprint. So you'll simply go back to the level blueprint, and at the very end of this, you're going to add the code in which the player will be able to use it. So what you'll be able to do is type in get player controller and find get player controller right here. And off of this, you're going to type set input mode UI only. And right here, you're going to connect it to add to viewport. And in widget to focus, you're going to drag and drop from the main menu widget that we created earlier. And then from the return variable get player controller, you want to drag out and set show mouse cursor, and you want to put it right there, and you want to drag right here and put show mouse cursor. Click the show mouse cursor, and then compile, save, and everything should be good to go. And now the player, even when they click on the video, it won't remove the mouse, because you'll see an effect will do that without that code. Sometimes the mouse will disappear without that extra code at the end that I just showed you, and now the player will be able to select the items on your menu. And that should be it, and that wraps up this tutorial on how to create a menu with a video background in Unreal Engine 5.